Alright, so this is the continuation of Dino Crisis. And so I'm gonna backstep a little and see if I missed something. Checking everything. Because if Gale is supposed, maybe Gale is supposed to have keycard L. Seven two 4 8. I believe I used that code already, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I didn't, but I'm pretty sure that I did. Yeah, because I remember inputting it into this computer, and so it's just telling me what I input into the computer. Alright, so I already did this part. I already did the mixing gas part, so that's done. So even if I go into this room, it won't matter because everything in the gas room was done. So I think I acquire everything from in this room. I'm going to double check. Um, I don't really need to, I believe I don't need to do the fingerprinting analysis anymore, because I already entered through this facility using the fingerprint of the kernel. But then again, maybe I have to do it on this guy as well. In order to access other places. Yeah, the shotgun, even though it's a shotgun, doesn't do much damage against the dinosaurs. So I believe it's best that I put them to sleep. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put both of them to sleep. Because the shotgun takes a long time just to kill them. The rounds are, it's pointless. It's best to just use darts and keep making more. Um, keep mixing and making more darts, poison darts. Okay. Or just equipped with the shotgun. I only have one poison darts, that's the problem. So one of them might go to sleep. Well, it's a poison dart for shotgun. Kills an enemy in a single shot. Sure. But directly after, I'll have to switch weapons. Yes. What type of bullshit is that? What type of bullshit is that, huh? Tell me what type of bullshit that is. What's the point of using a gun and killing an enemy with said bullets for the game just to respawn the enemy over again? Like if I was to use the same dart, let's say I had 5 poison darts that instant death. The moment I exit out the room, even if I kill both of them and I come back into the room, another 2 will replace it. So they're not resupplying me with ammo, but they're resupplying the enemy again. So there's no point to even use your rounds whatsoever at all, because the enemies are going to keep spawning. So it's pointless. It's pointless to use rounds. Like rounds are specifically in the game simply to delay or maybe to temporarily stop. They're not going to kill the enemies because another enemies is just going to respawn. It's pointless. Okay, so this was the other entrance to the computer room. Um, sure. They both lead to the computer room, so I have to get the hell out of here. Get oh. Stupid bitch. I would say that the the interaction time for pressing your hands on the doors is ridiculous, because I'm pressing rapidly on the door and the time duration period to actually interact with the door isn't working. And that's the problem with these old games, is they just were too slow. That's all there is to it. They were too slow. I think I'll do that all over again. Actually, I'll wait till I die to do that all over again. I'm not wasting any more. Yeah, I'm gonna exit or reset. I'll reset because I'm not satisfied with the reaction time. It's way too slow. So let's see, exit out. Alright, so this is where I want to be. I might have to go back the way I came, and something is missing, so I have to catch the elevators back down, use the car, and see what it is that I'm missing. Because something is missing, I just don't know what it is. I acquired the blood sample from this guy already in order to get access to the door. I'm assuming maybe I have to do something with said key card. Like I have to modify it. Sure. So if that's the case, I might have to go back to that computer and modify it. The modification room was... This motherfucker. It doesn't want... What's the difference between slag bullets and... I'm not sure. What the hell? fucking game. The asshole didn't even take any damage from shot. It's like he completely missed. It's That's the problem with these old games. A lot of problems. Like a lot of people say, you just complain. The fact is, if you're aiming a gun and the spread of the shotgun is going forward, the damn dinosaur is going to get shot in the leg, even if he's elevated. Or the character is going to shoot upwards, depending on where the dinosaur is. But if you're shooting forward and it doesn't even hit the dinosaur at all, simply because it's not directly in front of you, that's bad coding. Fucking pathetic. Okay, so there it is. I can't overwrite and rewrite anyone's code anymore. So there's no reason for me to use the FC device anymore for fingerprinting, because it's not needed anymore. So the key card isn't associated with fingerprinting anymore. So I need to know, otherwise I'll be here all day. What the hell am I supposed to do if I get stuck? What do I do if I have the right key card, but okay. If you have the key card mark R in Dino Crisis, this is AI telling me this bullshit. And I always say it's best to not listen to AI, but let's see what AI has to say. Gemini. If you have the key card R, Dino Crisis, but the computer device isn't working, you need to find keycard L to use both simultaneously in the computer room to open up the secret door. So I need computer L. So apparently, whoever wrote you could use either keycard L on the left or keycard R near the monitor on the wall for the screen for the scene to prompt Gale to be called in. That person is a dumbass, because they obviously didn't play Dino Crisis all the way through, or they missed a step with regards to Dino Crisis. But yet this person is credited, let me see, is credited as an individual who's created guides for PS1 and PS2 games. So this is a person who has made a guide for Dino Crisis. Apparently she don't know what the fuck she's talking about, if this even is a she. Crystal Celeste. So if you ever go onto the game FAQ and you look up Dino Crisis and look at guides and walkthroughs, it would be advisable not to listen to Crystal Celeste, because apparently she missed that part with regards to using keycard L and R in her creation guides, which she made in October 29th of 2018. Now, no one's perfect, but if someone is actually looking at her guides in order to see where they have to go if they're confused, they're expecting to get the correct answer, not to get a wrong answer. So I would not use Crystal Celeste Dino Crisis 1 guides and walkthroughs for an advice if you get stuck, because she apparently missed certain things on her guides, and you don't want that. So I'm going to have to look at something else, of someone who's a little bit more detailed than Crystal Celeste. And under this one, it says here, the name of this person is called Chandoji. And he's recommended by Game FAQ to use his guides. And the reason why Miss Crystal Celeste or Kenny or whoever the fuck these other jokers aren't considered most recommended because they obviously skipped a step. So they created a guide and they skipped certain steps, and they're probably getting paid for these guides as everyone gets paid for, which is understandable. It didn't say detail guides and walkthrough, it just said guides and walkthrough, so they're getting paid for their guides and walkthrough, not for detailed descriptions. So I could understand why their one isn't recommended, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing, or they only did half-ass version of what they're doing. So let's see, what am I supposed to do when I get stuck? I'm supposed to find keycard L. Okay, so let's see what Reddit has to say with regards to this. Oh, what a surprise, Reddit is useless. Okay, so let's look at where Mr. Cho's one says and see if we could catch up. The problem with these guides is that everything is text edit. Rich text, basically. Not Word docs text, just basically text, plain text. So we have to sift through it like a damn robot. Because everything is compiled on top of each other, paragraph after paragraph, on a blank DOS type of image format. Gale's method already did that. Reason why I'm waiting and not proceeding forward is because I could be running around like a chicken with his head cut off like an idiot and get nowhere. I'd rather stay here and at least see where I need to go to get keycard L, and then I don't need these guides. Okay, make your way back to the compute room. Let's back here. There's a map on the wall. Okay. Here it is. Let me increase the size of this. Let me control and plus. Let's look at that again. Again, Regina will have a little chat right about start thinking about the game or what? What the fuck? Why the hell did this thing go all the way to the bottom? Oh, for God's sakes. Long walkway. Communication control room. Back. Make 1, 2. Back. We'll start ground. T-Rex will romp. There's no T-Rex. I haven't even come across any T-Rex. The hell? And choice. Kirk trying to escape. What? Anyway, once you've done entering 3 codes correctly, Rick will tell you to get out immediately and hatch will open. Enter the hatch and you will come out. Carry out room. Spot Kirk. I haven't even gotten to any Kirk spot. Rick's method. Rick's smart method is to use the hatch. Okay, so this is Gale method. Go back. Finish the puzzle. The computer will tell you that the data is stored, blah blah blah. Let's see. The computer will tell you that the data storage is complete and it will mark the library locker while we just open, which we just open up. Run around the library and find the locker with the green light on it. Open it, and open it with the key chip. Inside you'll find key card R. We already have a key card L, remember? Oh, okay, so from his point of view, he already acquired the key card L. Okay. Okay, rather than, let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, rather than go through this long ass guide, I'm going to say, where do I find key card L, Dino Crisis. Keycard L in Dino Crisis is obtained in the Chief's room, facility 2, 2nd floor, by solving how do I get to the Chief's room. Let's see here. How do I get to the Chief's room? Dino Crisis. To get to the Chief's room, Dino Crisis, head to the 2nd floor of the facility and use the code head. For some reason, I could swear to God, I thought I've been in the Chief's room already, and I've used that code head already. This is very bizarre to me. Extremely bizarre. This is very bizarre. This is the main entrance, and the Chief's room is on the 2nd floor. I could swear that I got everything from the 2nd floor. I remember using that code, and I remember sweeping the entire 2nd floor. Apparently I missed the key card in the Chief's office, so that's where I'm going. And then there's this bullshit. The weapons that you have is so shitty, it does absolutely nothing. Like you're shooting the dinosaurs, click, click, boom, click, click, boom, click, click, boom. And they're just tanking the damn thing. So it's best, the game is basically telling you it's best not to even try to kill them, because you're more likely to bleed out before you even finish them off, or retain serious injuries.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Okay, so keycard L is not in the chief's office. But I didn't solve the panel puzzle. Apparently there's a panel puzzle in the chief's office. What panel puzzle? It's very strange to me, because if there was a puzzle, nah, very bizarre. It's very strange. It's like this world we live in is full of all kinds of false information. from people who don't either know what the hell they're talking about because AI just generates number based on what it finds. L. Dino Crisis. I mean, and if keycard L is randomly generated, see, it shows that it's in the chief's office in this image, and it's here in front of this trophy, in front of these ribbons, commemorative. There are two slots under the frame where what can be inserted. Okay, so two slots. Okay, I'm assuming it's this. Okay, like who would know this? I'm just curious, like who in the balls would know these things? Okay, and then I'll put the right one in. No.
Regina,
I finally made it to the entrance of the doctor's lab.
good work.
The door looks like it needs 2 people working in tandem to unlock it.
Sit tight. I'll be right there.
So, what's our status?
Here, take this.
Ready? Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. You're all clear. Let's go.
I think this one is kind of easy. I think it's third energy. It might not. It might not be third energy. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was third something. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it's not. It's not 6 and it's not 8. So okay. So it's not E and it's not R. It's, it has to be E. So it's E. 7 is either F, O, or S. So it can't be E. It can't be energy because 7 is either F, O, or S. So it has to be um, 6. 6 will have to be R or E. So R. Let's try R, O. H is either G or N. Oh, G. 9 is either S, N, or F. Uh, you know what? Let me delete. All right. So the first letter, the, seems to be the most obvious one because it shows up twice. The second letter, H, seems to be the obvious one because it also shows up twice. The third letter, I, um, might actually be the most logical one because everything is about third energy. Um, so third, maybe it's there's no GY. There's no G. So this can't be GY so it can't be energy. So it has to be E. Something that ends with E. Third, inner. Wait, let's go back. There's no N in the number 7. There's no O in energy either. Or F or S. Maybe it's fusion, third fusion. Third. There's no F for the 6th slot anyway, so it can't be third fusion. There's no U for the A slot, so it can't be fusion there either. Uh, let's try EO, EOG. Well, there's, let's see. N shows up twice between 8 and 9. So EO effort. There's no F. So there's a missing letter F. It definitely is not energy. Fossil. No. Let's try. What am I doing? There's no F. Oh, maybe the F is hidden? Or, let me just look at this. The third effing ball something her mirror. Maybe it's uh maybe it's the third. That's all there is. The third. No. Third. The well that's that would be weird because there's no T in um, rows 4. So it can't be the third. I think it's what I think it is. It's third. I R um maybe a missing word. Maybe a word is just missing. E. Maybe the N is just missing. No, that wouldn't be right. Effect, maybe it's effect. ES. Let's try ES. ES. Let's go with G. Let's go with Surge. Maybe Surge is. Wait, there's no S in the 6th row. Can't be Surge. S. Okay. Let's go with N. Let's go with Y. It's not that either. It can't be energy. Third can't be third energy. Why can't be third energy? Because it doesn't want to accept it. let's. It's between E and R, so let's try R. R. It's between F, O, and S, so let's go with O. I don't know any words that's spelled with F, RF, or any word that's spelled with RS, but I knew words that starts with R and O. Okay. I know words that continues from R and O with an N. I don't know many words that continue with R and O with a G. I know many words that continue RON, S, but I don't know many words that continue RONN or RONF. So let's go with S. And then it's between E and Y. Third runs E or runs Y. Definitely not that. Let's try Y. Okay, so it's not runs. Okay, let's go with E. Words that continues after E. Well, an E and an S and E and F. Bad. E and O and an E and an N. EO with an N or a G. EOG, many words EOG or EON. EON. Many words EON with another N or F. EONF or EONS, more like S. So Y. Try E. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's five letters, and it can't be energy. Uh, third. Okay, let's. What word shows up mostly between these words? N shows up mostly. What other word shows up mostly? Um, N shows up a lot. S shows up twice. F shows up twice. Maybe it's F fort. What are you doing? That's already 5. It won't give me a T. Yeah, has to be 5. Um, Energy is more than 5 words anyway. Um, Field, IELD. That's a word. but I have to pay attention to the code here, where it's either E or R. Okay, so there's no something that starts with E or R. That's 5. So it's an E and ends with an E, or starts with an E and ends with an I. The only thing that starts with E and ends with a Y is energy, and that's too much. Something that starts with R and with a Y. E. Um, with an either. Okay, let's EOEFF. Let's say F. FF. Effect. Maybe it's a hyphenation. Um, or maybe it's just as obvious as I think. Let's see. Third. Uh, EDK. Number-based key code, part 2. In case where numbers are written instead of letters in the key field, number could indicate the rows to be deleted. Well, there's no numbers. Yeah, it's just words. For example, let's try that. Maybe there was something else. Okay. Numbers are in the key field. Numbers to be deleted. Like, say, two numbers. Okay. Is that what it's saying? Like, one represents one number to be deleted and two represents two number to be deleted. So if one means one letter is to be deleted, it would be B or H, and two is to be deleted, it would be A and I. So that's why I would say third. and 3 is to be deleted, and 4. If 4 is to be deleted here, and none of this, none in the 4th slot is relevant. So 4th is, there is no, so it has to be the, not 3rd. And 5. Well, wait a minute, that makes no sense. There are only 4 rows. Let me read that again. Number-based key decoding part 2. In the case where numbers are written, yes, instead of letters at the bottom, yes. In the key field, numbers could indicate, the numbers could indicate the rows to be deleted. So the rows, there are 4 rows, and the numbers at the bottom could indicate the fields to be deleted. Wait, actually, no, the numbers could indicate the rows to be deleted. There are 4 rows, and there are several numbers going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, they're not more than 4 rows. What the fuck? For example, if 2 is in the keyword, yeah, you should delete all of the letters from the second row of that. Okay, all letters in the second row. No, if 2 is in the keyword, like 2 is at the bottom, you should delete all of the letters from the second row, 2, of the code. Okay, but there are several rows. There are 4 rows. So all rows, all letters or numbers that go higher than 4 are relevant. Is that because there are only 4 rows? Is that what it's telling me? That really doesn't make any sense. So it is literally is number 7, number 9. There's no 9th row. There's no 7th row. So it might be saying that um, the number 7 may look into one of these rows, 4 rows, and delete the 7th number. Okay, so it's either of one of these 4 rows and delete the 7th number. So maybe I have to delete the 7th, delete FONS. That's basically what I have to delete, FONS. So in the first row, row 1, 1, I have to delete 1 of similar, row 1. So row 1 is the, and delete 1. And row 2, or 2, go to the second row and delete all the second code, the second letter of that, which will be H. So the first one I delete T, and the second one I delete H. And the second one I delete H. So it's between H, A, and I. So wait a minute. If I delete H, then H is not relevant at all. So it's A and I. So let's go with A. In the third row, I delete um, okay, the third word, all words associated with the third letter. So L. So I'll delete everything that's L. So in the third row, it would have to be B, A, O, or N that's selected. And the fourth, let's see, get rid of O, everything that has O in it. But there's only one O in the fourth row, so the fourth row could literally, the fourth word could literally be H-I-R, like horror. Could be H-I-R. Maybe it's harbor. Wait, yeah, maybe it's harbor. Like harbor, American spelling harbor or British spelling harbor? Uh, it still won't work. Alright, so get rid of the O. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I'll get rid of anything that's T. One is T. Alright, so it's B or H. Um, so I'll keep that. And second one, let's get rid of anything that's H. Second one, and so it's A, I. Um, and of course, third, get rid of OLs. Yeah, let's go with O. And of course, fourth is O. Alright. Somehow I think that thing is bullshit. Let's go with, I'm just going to use my own head. Okay, let's try. Energy crisis. Let's, no. What do I say? Feel, and oh, wait a minute. Wonder if it's wonder if it's something. Well, there's no R at the beginning, so let's try it anyway. I know this isn't it. Oh, just messing around. Alright, so if the first letter within the first row, the first one is to be deleted, one represents the first. And it's either H or E. I'm gonna go with E. I think it's still energy. Then it's probably something else. Maybe it's nope. It doesn't want to accept that. All right, so let's exit out and see maybe there's something else in the room. Let me read this one last time. because I think the people who originally made this game, uh, just like the mechanics of movement with regards to your characters, it, I wouldn't say they didn't have too much intelligence, or they did have a lot of intelligence and you're just overthinking it. I would say their explanation of things, because you do understand that this is not an American-made game. This is made by Capcom, by a Japanese company. So this was translated into English. So anything that they're saying, and whoever's translating this, is trying to decode what a Japanese person who wrote this in Japanese is trying to say here. So they're trying to explain the logic of the puzzle to someone who speaks English. But if they're translating it wrong, it could be, well, wrong. Ah, God, these old games, man. In a case where numbers are written instead of letters, in the key field, numbers could indicate the rows to be deleted. Okay, so there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 5, there's 6. The numbers could indicate the rows to be deleted. So maybe this idiot, whoever this translator is, doesn't know the difference between rows and columns, because there are only 4 fucking rows there, but there are several columns. Christ. For example, if 2 is in, I'm going to take it as this person miswrote. I'm going to take this as he's mixing rows with columns. So in the case where numbers are written instead of letters in the key field, the numbers could indicate the columns to be deleted. That's what I'm going to think. Columns. For example, okay, shut the fuck up. Alright. I think that's what's going on here. I think it's a lack of translation. So, if 1 represents the first column to be deleted, then will be all. It doesn't even say what to be deleted in the column or what to be deleted in the row. See? Look, let me just go back and make it perfectly clear. What the hell? It's on, yes. Okay, in the case where numbers are written instead of letters in the key field, the field where it's showing all the numbers could indicate the column to be deleted. There are many columns, but there are only 4 rows. If this is written incorrectly. And then it says here, example, for example, if 2 is in the key word field, which it is, you should delete all of the letters from the second row of the code. So if 2 is in the rows, is at the bottom, then you should go to the second row and delete all the letters within that second row. Say delete all of the letters from the second row of the code if 2 is in there. So delete all the letters from the second row. But there are no letters in the second row. No letters. You should if 2 is in the keyword, you should delete all of the letters from the second row. Now, if you were to delete all of the letters from the second row, if 2 is in the key field, then all the letters will be gone. So that's not what it's trying to say. It's trying to say all the second letters should be gone. Otherwise, you would delete everything. But since I'm doing it based on columns, because I think this person translation is bad, in the key field below, the word to should delete all of the second words in the second column, or all of the letters within the second column. Because you have multiple different, say, unless I'm overthinking it, and 6, 7, 5,